Disclaimer: the following information was not compiled to put Lucasraps or anyone mentioned in this video in a bad light. What I'm about to say is just my opinion, a fan speculation watching from my outside looking in. I do not know any of these people mentioned on the personal level or ever met them in a real life situation. I could be wrong, but my intentions are not to mislead anyone. I made this video for entertainment purposes, so without further ado, let's hop right into it. Luke Duncan Malong, better known to the masses by his stage name as Lucasraps. He started rapping at a young age. He was pursuing his career, taking it seriously in high school when he reached out to Nasty C's management. That's when Junior Lavi introduced him to Nasty C. Later on, DJ Maporisa reached out to him via the DMs. At that time, Lucasraps didn't have a clue on who was DJ Maporisa. Fast forward, he flew him out to Joburg to show him the life. Right then and there, after experiencing and having the taste of fame, he felt close to his goal. We can say that's when he took the decision to drop out of high school and focus on music. While he was signed to DJ Maporisa's label, Black Boy Entertainment, we can say he was not a priority due to him being overshadowed by his label mates, such as Zinga and Mlindo. So he figured in order to pull his weight and prove himself was to join a competition called Sports Scene Put Me On, which he won, and it's responsible for the likes of Lo-Fi, Seaside Boys from the Dwellers, Kane Kid, Pretty Prince, just to mention a few. While Lucas was on the up and up, shortly after winning the competition, he was bubbling under, projected to be their next big thing. My introduction to Lucasraps was What It Is by Dr. Pepper, which had a Ricky Rick feature. And for those who don't know, if your name was attached to Ricky Rick at that time, it was beneficial for your career. He dropped on the come up, Let's Go to Alex, which was my introduction to Blackie. Hip hop is a very competitive genre, which is notoriously known for being braggadocious, and rappers are forced to be confident so that they could be believable in their craft. Sometimes, actually, most of the time, rappers, their confidence is confused for being arrogant, and that may lead to relationships being ruined. When egos grow, especially when money is involved, some dynamics are bound to get messed up because people end up not wanting to play their positions and sticking to their roles. Blackie met Lucas in Joburg the second time he came around. That's when he convinced him to stay, and that alone was a problem in of itself. Blackie didn't have a place to stay, and Lucas's place was only accounted for him. But Lucas fought for Blackie to stay with him and convinced the label owners to provide a place for him as well. And that's because he felt like Blackie was able to compensate for what he was lacking in terms of overall artistry with the melodic vocals and singing. From there, that was the beginning of something great. They started working on their music. They dropped Big Time Slapper, Baby Let's Go to Alex. Then Blackie started working on his debut album, Before Now. Little did we know that's where issues were starting to rise within the label. So Lucas left the label and Blackie took a decision that he felt was good for him and his career. That decision was to stick with M4 Entertainment. Lucas partnered up with Block 13 Agency where they secured a deal with Def Jam Africa. Lucasraps dropped his debut album 031 to the world where there was no Blackie feature. And due to that, Blackie felt like it was out of spite. He was disappointed but later on made it to the deluxe version of the album. Prior to that, Blackie dropped Yeah featuring Nasty C, where Lucas asked to be featured as well. In Lucas' words, he said he'll think about it, and he's still thinking about it. So I don't blame Blackie when he felt like it was retaliation when Lucas dropped an album that did not feature him on it. Publicly, they never spoke bad about each other, besides for voicing their disappointments, up until subliminal jabs were thrown at each other via songs and social media captions. After that, Lucasraps took a more direct approach with Meilaiti featuring Usimamani, who is rumored to be beefing with Blackie. Kindly Nash is a rapper slash producer who used to be close with Lucas, and he's responsible for such songs as Let Me Down featuring Lucas, which was the last time seeing him publicly with Lucasraps. Later on, he dropped Military Basin and Ace Chief, which is arguably the biggest hip hop track this year. Since then, I haven't seen anything that is attached to their names since Let Me Down, which doesn't look good for Lucasraps because Patrick Lee and Baby Days are hanging out with Kindly Nash and doing a no visa tour together without Lucas when they've been hanging out together prior to this. Young Saruno is a hip hop DJ who's responsible for Operation Save Hip Hop, and he's singer with Speedster, Don Pazamisa. He was mostly seen around Lucas, but lately he's doing his own thing, being a DJ for MC the Hustler. But at least Nash and Lucas, last time I checked, they were following each other. And Young Saruno was still following Lucasraps. Shala the Unicorn is a music video director slash graphic designer who was in a relationship with Lucas, but now she's in a relationship with Matlera Doughboy. Publicly, between Lucas and Shala, no one has said anything about the relationship, besides for Lucasraps throwing a subliminal jab, which was believed to be aimed at her. I don't think Lucasraps is a bad person to be friends with, because he was nice enough to put these people in life-changing positions. Me personally, all those people mentioned, I know them because of him, so I can say he has a power of a cosign. I don't think he's a bad person because he had never made anyone inherit his beef. Because around the time when Shala directed the music video for David by Blackie, he was still in a relationship with her. Nash was producing beats for Blackie. With all that being said, I don't think anyone was bad for doing anything, because it's normal human behavior to outgrow the people we like, to branch out and start our own thing. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you.